We live in a world that celebrates popularity, followers, likes, shares, public validation. But what about the people who don't have many friends? Is something wrong with them? Or is there something about them that most people don't understand? Here's what I've realized. Some of the people who walk alone are not lonely. They are self-aware. They are emotionally intelligent. They are unshakable. They don't drift with the crowd. They choose to walk alone. Not because they're broken, but because they're built differently. Here are 5 qualities of people who either don't keep many friends or don't enjoy being part of the crowd, and why they might actually be ahead in life. Number 1. They are internally validated. They don't chase people for belonging. For them, life is not a popularity contest. They don't reshape themselves, shrink themselves, or perform just to fit in. They have moved beyond fake friendships. They know who they are. And they value authenticity over approval. If they spend time with someone, it's not because they're afraid of being alone. It's because they genuinely feel aligned with that person. They would rather feel whole alone than feel incomplete in company. They don't need constant reassurance. They don't measure their worth by how many people text them. Their confidence doesn't come from applause. It comes from alignment. And when you reach that point, you stop begging for seats at tables where your presence was never respected. Number 2. They are deep thinkers. Solitude doesn't scare them. It strengthens them. Being alone doesn't drain them. It fills them. They use their alone time to grow. Morning journaling, long walks without headphones, observing more, speaking less. They reflect, they analyze. They understand patterns. They are not antisocial. They're anti-superficial. They don't enjoy shallow conversations that go nowhere. They would rather sit with one meaningful question than exchange 100 meaningless words. They don't crave noise. They crave depth, and depth requires silence. While others are distracted, they are developing. While others are seeking attention, they are building awareness. That's why they evolve faster. Number 3. Their boundaries are strong. They would rather disappoint someone else than betray themselves. Not having friends isn't always a tragedy. Sometimes it's the result of strong boundaries. They have walked away from drama, from negativity, from toxic energy, from one-sided relationships. They've learned that protecting their peace is more important than protecting their image. They understand something powerful. You cannot heal in the same environment that broke you. So they choose distance, not out of arrogance, not out of ego, but out of self-respect. And self-respect will cost you relationships that only existed because you tolerated disrespect. Number 4. They are hyper-intuitive. They read energy. The moment they walk into a room, they can feel the atmosphere. Fake smiles, hidden resentment, unspoken tension. They notice the subtle shifts in tone, the change in body language, the inconsistency between words and actions. They don't ignore red flags. They trust their intuition, and they know this truth. Being alone is healthier than being surrounded by the wrong people. They are not cold. They are not distant. They are not arrogant. They simply protect their energy because they understand that energy is currency, and they refuse to spend it where there is no return. Number 5. They are growing rapidly. Sometimes people lose friends because they are wrong, but sometimes friends fall away because you are changing. Growth is uncomfortable. When you raise your standards, when you change your identity, when you become more self-aware, not everyone can come with you. And that's okay. Growth creates distance, and distance reveals alignment. Some friendships were based on shared wounds, not shared values. When you heal, those connections no longer fit. And that doesn't make you lonely. It makes you evolved. Sometimes, to come closer to yourself, you must move away from others. So if you walk alone, maybe you're not isolated. Maybe you're independent. Maybe you're not awkward. Maybe you're aware. Maybe you're not behind. Maybe you're ahead. And no, this doesn't mean you're meant to be alone forever. It simply means you refuse to waste your presence where it is not valued. Because the right people don't require performance. They recognize alignment. And when you stop chasing acceptance, you attract respect. So if your circle is small, or even non-existent, don't panic. Build yourself, refine yourself, understand yourself. The right connections don't arrive through desperation. They arrive through authenticity. And the person who is comfortable alone is dangerous in the best way. Because they don't need the world's approval. They already approve themselves.